April 15th, 1943. 25,000 feet above Rennes, France. The freezing air is thin enough to burn in the lungs. The wind shrieks across a massive radial engine, the Pratt & Whitney R-2800, bolted to the nose of a plane so wide-bodied and thick-skinned that German pilots call it a joke. The Republic P-47 Thunderbolt. Inside one of those jugs, Lieutenant Bill Red Harrington wipes frost from the inside of his canopy. His breath forms a cloud in the brutal cold as his gloved fingers tighten around the control stick. His squadron, the 56th Fighter Group, slices through the upper atmosphere, escorting a formation of B-17s lumbering toward industrial targets deep in occupied France. Below them, flak bursts like black flowers. The bombers stay steady, 4 engines apiece, trusting their escorts to keep the wolves away. Red glances to his left. His wingman, Lieutenant Shorty Barnes, gives a thumbs up. To the right, Captain Hub Zemk, already a legend in the making, leads the group in a perfect V formation. The sun glints off their silver wings. But somewhere in that endless blue, the Luftwaffe is watching. A burst of static crackles in Red's headset, followed by a warning. Bandits, 10 high, diving fast. Red's heart spikes. They're here. Spots appear above, growing, multiplying. Focke-Wulf 190s, hungry for bomber kills. Sleek, agile, deadly. The Germans dive like hawks toward the B-17s. Zemk snaps his stick forward. Thunderbolts, tally-ho! Let's show them what the flying milk cow can do. That nickname still stings. The Germans mocked the Thunderbolt from the start. Too heavy, too slow to climb, too big to dogfight. Even many US pilots felt like they were flying a farm animal strapped with wings. But Red isn't laughing. He slams the throttle wide open. The jug comes alive. Its engine roars like a monster waking up. 2,000 horsepower, thrusting the aircraft into a screaming dive. The G-forces crush Red into his seat. His vision tunnels. The temperature drops even colder. But the P-47 holds together. It always does. Mach needles jitter, approaching the edge of structural limits. The P-47 plummets faster than the FW-190s ever could. The hunters are about to become the hunted. Red squeezes the trigger. 8.5 caliber machine guns erupt beneath his wings, a hurricane of fire that rips through aluminum and flesh. A Focke-Wulf explodes into flames, spiraling into oblivion. Another attempts to bank away, but momentum is on Red's side. He dives deeper. The Germans panic. The flying milk cow is too fast. One Focke-Wulf tries to climb, tail kicking wildly, but that's the Thunderbolt's game too. Red angles up, feeling the jug respond with surprising power at high speed. He lines up another shot. More .5 caliber shells shred through the fuselage. Another kill. Below, the bombers continue their deadly run, untouched. Red pulls up, climbing back toward altitude, the thunder of his engine echoing through the sky. He exhales, only now realizing he'd been holding his breath. This aircraft, this oversized brute, has just proven a point. Mass can be a weapon. The Thunderbolt may not turn like the sleek fighters of Europe, but in a dive, it is death from above. As Red rejoins the squadron, Zemk's voice returns over the radio, calm, almost proud. Looks like the cows can bite. Red grins. The Luftwaffe will never again underestimate the jug. Not after today. But the real secret behind the Thunderbolt wasn't in the skies over France. It began years earlier, long before pilots like Red Harrington ever climbed into its cockpit. 1940, Farmingdale, New York. The world is already on fire, and the U.S. Army Air Corps is desperate for a high-altitude escort fighter, something that can guard bombers all the way to Berlin and live through whatever the Luftwaffe throws back. Engineers at Republic Aviation realize something important. To win the war in the air, survival matters more than elegance. They build a plane around the R-2800 Double Wasp, a radial engine so massive that designers joke the aircraft is just there to carry the motor and the guns. Behind it, they add turbo supercharger to breathe at 30,000 plus feet, armor plating thick enough to stop 20mm shells, a self-sealing fuel tank, and firepower unmatched by any fighter in the war, 8.50 caliber Browning guns. The result? A fighter so heavy mechanics struggle to push it across the tarmac. A fighter that looks like it should fall out of the sky from sheer stubbornness. Early recruits rolled their eyes. We're supposed to dogfight in this barn door? Even some commanders hesitate. The P-47 struggles to climb. It guzzles fuel like a locomotive. Its turning radius is measured in counties. But Republic Aviation doesn't flinch, because they know something Germany refuses to believe. America can build anything, and build a lot of it. Within months, assembly lines are roaring, thousands of Thunderbolts, wings stacked like rows of metallic teeth, rolling out of factories in New York and Evansville, Indiana. Each one a flying fortress of aluminum aggression. Cut to RAF Duxford Airfield, England. Thunderbolts stretch across the runway, shimmering beneath low clouds. Crew chiefs tighten bolts and load belts of .50 cal ammunition, brass cases clinking like coins in a vault. Pilots in leather jackets share quiet jokes, masking nerves about their first combat missions. Among them, the skeptics remain. Too big, too heavy, too American. But that doubt begins to crack the first time a damaged jug limps home, riddled with holes, smoking, leaking oil, yet still alive. It shouldn't fly, but it does, every time. On one early mission, a P-47 returns with a cylinder blown clean off its engine. The pilot climbs out, shaken but walking, as ground crews stare in disbelief at the indestructible machine. Another jug comes back missing 3 feet of wing, yet manages to land without killing its pilot. Word spreads fast. If you're getting shot at, pray you're in a Thunderbolt. The pilots begin to trust their aircraft. Then they begin to love it. Engineers had built more than a fighter. They built confidence by the thousands. And with every squadron that swapped fragile planes for Thunderbolts, the skies grew just a little darker for Germany. Because the Luftwaffe wasn't just fighting Red Harrington, they were fighting American industry. A machine that, like the jug itself, could not be stopped.